Hello, students. Welcome to the Smart World, a school of complete learning. So, today we are going to read the chapter 5, which is winds. Can you tell me answer of the some questions? Whenever you see outside the window of a classroom, which objects are moving and which are still? Which objects are moving on their own and which objects are not moving on their own? And why so happens? What is the thing which is making them move either on their own or with the help of any other thing? Yes, it is winds. We feel wind but cannot see it. When certain objects in our surroundings move, we experience wind. The movement of air is called wind. Why does air move? Why? Okay, so let's try out an activity. Get in pair for the activity and take papers. Fold a paper into two same size rolls. Keep both the paper rolls on one side of a table. You and your friend should select one roll each, okay? So, without touching the roll of the paper or the table, what can be done to move the paper rolls to the other end of the table? See what they are doing. Such rolls on the edge of the table, okay? So, see who moves the paper roll first to the other end of the table. Let's see who can move this. What could be the reason of the delay in making the rolls each to the other end of the table? What can we do to move the rolls to the other end of the table with a greater speed? Can a bottle filled with water be moved to the other end of the table in this manner in which you are doing? Can we use the same method then that you tried for moving the paper rolls? Okay, so when we come to the geographical explanation, let's read that we have learned that the air pressure is not uniform across the earth's surface. Air moves from high pressure area towards low pressure areas in a horizontal manner. Winds are generated due to this movement. The extent of the difference in the air pressure affects the velocity of the wind. If there is less difference in the pressure, winds blow with less velocity. Winds blow with greater velocities if the pressure difference is greater. Wind speed also varies. Wind velocity is measured in the units of knots or kilometers per hour. So give this a try. Write the changed direction of the wind in the table below. Okay. The pressure belts are given as follows: mid latitudes and poles, and you are given with this northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. You have to try it out. Okay. So, when we consider the earth as a whole, we find the direction of the winds is influenced by the rotation of the earth. In the northern hemisphere, winds get deflected towards the right of their original direction, whereas in the southern hemisphere, they get deflected toward the left of their original direction. As you can see in the figure 5.2, here it is. See, degrees, where is low pressure and where is high pressure on the diagram. This is the original direction of the air from the high pressure to the low pressure, okay? And the blue arrow is for the changed direction because of the rotation. See, notice the red and the blue arrows. Okay, so this direction has been shown by the curved arrows in the figure. The rotation from west to east causes this change in the original direction of the winds. Can you tell after observing the figure 5.3, which is this planetary winds and pressure belts on the earth? See, which are the winds in the northern hemisphere that blow from the mid latitudinal high pressure belt to the equatorial low pressure belt? What is the direction of the westerlies in the southern hemisphere? Which planetary winds blow from the mid-latitudinal high-pressure belts to the subpolar low-pressure belts in the northern hemisphere? Why is the direction of polar winds not the same in both the hemispheres? Name the winds that blow in the southern hemisphere, and in which direction do the easterlies blow in the northern and southern hemisphere? Winds are known by the direction from which they blow. For example, westerlies are winds that blow from the west. The direction of blowing, the duration, the regions covered, and the condition of the air determine the following wind types. The first wind type is planetary winds. Some winds blow regularly on the earth from high to low pressure belts throughout the year. These winds cover a large portion of the earth, hence, these are called planetary winds. For example, the easterlies, the westerlies, and the polar winds. In both the hemispheres, the winds blow from high pressure area between 25° and 35° parallels to the equatorial low pressure belt. Due to rotation of the earth, their original direction changes. In the northern hemisphere, they blow from the northeast to the southwest, whereas in the southern hemisphere, they blow from the southeast to the northwest. These winds coming from both the sides converge near the equatorial calm belt. These winds are known as the easterlies. In both the hemispheres, winds blow from the mid-latitudinal high-pressure belt to the subpolar low-pressure belt situated near 60° parallel. Their original direction changes due to the rotation of the earth. In the southern hemisphere, these winds blow from the northwest to the southeast in northern hemisphere. They blow from the southwest to the northeast. These winds are called the westerlies. In both the hemisphere, winds blow from the polar high pressure belt to the subpolar low pressure belt, that is 55° to 65°, are called the polar winds. Generally, they blow from east to west. Do you guys know winds in the southern hemisphere blow with great velocities? The southern hemisphere is mostly occupied by oceans. In this hemisphere, the obstacle caused by the relief of the land surface is almost absent. As there is no obstacle, winds blow with greater velocities in the southern hemisphere as compared to the northern hemisphere. These characteristics are as follows. Beyond 40° south, winds blow. This S denotes south direction. Beyond 40° south, winds blow with tremendous velocities. These winds are called roaring forties. Around 50° south, winds are stormy, hence they are called furious 50s. The stormy winds around 60° south make tremendous noise hence they are called screeching 60s. Why are such winds not found in the northern hemisphere at 40°, 50° and 60° parallels? So our next type of wind is local winds. The winds that blow for a short duration of time originate in specific regions and they cover a limited area are called the local winds. Local winds affect the climate of the region where they blow. These winds are known by the different local names in the different regions where they blow. Here's another activity for you to conduct. In the activity given below, consider the elevation of the land, the heating and the cooling properties of the land and water, the air pressure, etc. Observe the figure 5.4a and describe the valley breeze with the help of picture. Okay, see this is 5.4a. See, this is the figure and see the elevation. On the one side is the house and on the other side is the sun. Okay, you have to write the characteristics of the breeze. These arrows here are telling you about the breeze. Okay, yes, so The B one is read the following information carefully and draw a diagram for the mountain breeze accordingly. Characteristics of the mountain breeze are given in the picture. Mountains cool down quickly at night. The valley zone is comparatively warmer. Air pressure is greater on the mountains. Winds blow from the mountain towards the valley. The hot and light air from the valley is pushed upwards and the cool air rushes down into the valley, and mountain winds set in after sunset. So, in this thing you are given with the mountain breeze characteristics and have to draw related picture in the blank. Okay, so uh, now do you know the region up to 5 degree north and 5 degree of south, the equator remains calm for most of the year and winds do not blow in this region, and it is called the equatorial calm zone or doldrums. In the area near the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, that is between 25 degree and 35 degree north and south, there exists a high pressure belt. This is also called a calm belt. This belt is known as horse latitudes. Now, can you tell and observe the diagrams given below? Answer the questions related to sea and land breeze. See the diagram. This is a coast, a seashore area given to you, and it is showing the blue arrow showing you the cooler sea breeze blows to the land, and the red or the pink arrow is showing you how the warm air cools and come downs. Okay, see where is the low pressure, where is the high pressure. Notice the picture clearly and carefully. Now the another picture is of the previous picture was of the daytime and this is of the night time. In this picture the pink arrow is showing you the cool land breeze towards the sea, and the white arrow is showing you that warm air on the water goes up and then it cools and comes down to the land. Okay, so the questions are as follows. Why do the breezes blow from the sea to the land during the day? Okay, this question you can answer from the figure first, in which it is showing you that from the high pressure to the low pressure, sea breeze moves from the sea to the land. Notice this. Okay, and when do the winds blow from the land to the sea? Hope you will all get this from the picture 2. Describes the winds in figure 5.5a as I have told you above. Compare figure 5.5a and 5.5b with reference to temperature, conditions, air pressure and winds, and all these three things are given in the pictures also for your reference. Which winds are called the sea breezes and why they are called the land breezes? Okay, this is an important and interesting question. So you can find out what are sea breeze and what are land breezes further in the chapter, and this is important. Okay, so in which part of India are the land and sea breezes experienced? Do you experience sea and land breezes in your area? For the geographical explanation, the land is made up of dense matter. Land is stable and opaque, and as a result heat is transferred at a greater speed and in a higher proportion. Hence, land gets heated quickly. The density of water is comparatively less. Water is transparent and unstable. Hence, water does not get heated quickly, and as a result, the air pressure in the land and water areas is different. In coastal areas, land gets heated during daytime. Hence, the air on the land also gets heated, and the air pressure on the land decreases. The sea water gets heated slowly, hence the air is less heated and the air pressure remains high. Winds blowing from the sea towards the land are called sea breezes. At night, land cools down faster as compared to the sea and therefore has high air pressure. Hence, The land breeze blows from land towards the sea. Besides these, winds blow under particular condition in different areas. There are also called local winds. For example, Fawn, Chinook, Bora, Lu, etc. So, see the table. It is showing you the major local winds in the world. The first the first name of the wind is Lu. The nature of this wind is hot and dry, and its characteristics and influence are as follows. Blows in the North Indian plains during the summer and season, generally in the afternoons. They come from the hot Thar desert. Another name of the wind is Simoom. It is an hot, dry, and destructive wind. These blow with tremendous velocities from the Sahara and Arabian desert. As these winds are quite strong, they are destructive. Another wind is Chinook. It is also known as snow eater. These winds are warm and dry, and these blow down the eastern slopes of Rocky Mountains of North America. They cause the snow to melt and increase the temperature in the valleys. The next type of wind is Mistral. They are cool and dry, and these blow in Spain, France, and areas of the world around the Mediterranean Sea. They originate from the Alps. These cold winds reduce the temperature in the coastal areas. Another wind is Bora. They are cold and dry and blow from the Alps mountains towards the coastal areas of Italy. Another wind is Pampero. They are cold and dry and blow around the pampas, grasslands in South America. Last one is Foehn. Foehn are hot and dry and blow along the northern slopes of Alps. Now the table is completed, and you can go through the table carefully. So, seasonal winds. These are in monsoon. These are also called monsoon winds, and these are generated due to the uneven heating of the land and water in different seasons. During summers, monsoons blow from the sea to land, and in winter, they blow from the land to the sea. Southeast Asia, East Africa, and North Australia are the region where the pronounced effects of these winds are felt. If you see in figure 5.6, it will show you season winds diagram. The pink one area is equatorial low pressure belt, and yellow area is mid latitudinal high pressure belt. Okay. The influence of monsoon winds is seen in the summer and winter seasons in the Indian subcontinent. Due to these winds, the Indian subcontinent experiences monsoon, rainy season, which is, and retreating monsoon season apart from summer and winter. Monsoon winds are in fact sea and land breezes blowing on large scale. Most of the precipitation in the Indian subcontinent is the effect of monsoon winds. After crossing the equator, they blow from the southwest direction towards the Indian subcontinent during the period from June to September. They are called the southwest monsoons. They are full of moisture. From September to December, because of the low pressure area developing near the equator, winds blow from the Indian subcontinent towards the equator. These are called the northeast monsoon winds. They are the dry winds. Cyclones. What are cyclones? Cyclonic conditions are created when a low pressure area is surrounded by high pressure areas. In these situations or conditions, winds start blowing towards the low pressure area from the surroundings of the high pressure areas, as you can see in figure 5.7, where is high and where is low, and they start to move from high pressure to low pressure. Due to the rotation of earth, the cyclonic winds in the northern hemisphere move in an anti-clockwise direction, whereas they move in a clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. During a cyclone, the sky is cloudy. Winds blow with a very high velocity and it rains heavily. The area affected by the cyclones is limited. The duration, velocities, direction, and place of origin of the winds is unpredictable. See the image of a cyclone obtained by a satellite in 5.8. See. On weather maps, the cycle of a cyclone is represented by the letter L. A cyclone system moves from one place to another. What are cyclonic storms? Cyclones occurring in the western part of the Pacific Ocean along the coast of Japan, China, Philippines, etc. are known as typhoons. These storms arise in the months between June and October, and due to high velocity winds and heavy rains, these prove to be destructive. The cyclones in the Caribbean Sea are known as hurricanes. These are also destructive in nature. During these storms, the minimum velocity of the wind is 60 km per hour. Cyclones also originate in the temperate zone, but they are not so powerful and hence are not destructive. Anticyclones. What are anticyclones? Under specific atmospheric conditions, the air pressure in a particular region increases and the pressure in the surrounding areas remain low. In this situation, winds blow from the center towards the surrounding areas in a particular manner. In the northern hemisphere, these winds blow in a clockwise direction, whereas in the southern hemisphere they blow in an anti-clockwise direction. During anticyclones, the skies are clear, winds blow with lesser velocities, and the weather is pleasant. Anticyclones generally last for a few days and a week. Such anticyclones originate in temperate zones. On weather maps, the center of an anticyclone is represented by the letter H. Anticyclones are vividly experienced in high pressure belts. Winds in these regions are always moving out, and hence the rainfall in such areas is quite low. See the figure of an anticyclone, in which the winds are moving from the high pressure to the low pressure area. Okay, so do you know naming the cyclones? Let's name the cyclones. Cyclones occurring in different parts of the world are assigned different names. A list of names is prepared for each of the oceans or its parts. Names in the list are suggested by the countries in the region of that ocean. If the wind speed is in the storm exceeds 33 knots, that is 60 km per hour, the cyclone is assigned a name. Name makes it easier for us to remember particular storm. So let's come to the last part of the chapter, which is your exercise. The first question is, in which you have to rewrite the following sentences after choosing the correct option. The first part is, when the air expands, it, your options are as follows: becomes solid, becomes thickener, get lost, and becomes humid. Which is the right option? You have to find it and rewrite the sentence in your notebook. Second is, from high pressure regions, winds blow to region of still high pressure, or blow towards regions of cooler air, or blow towards region of low air pressure, or they remain still. The options are in front of you and choose the correct option, rewriting the sentence. The third is, in the northern hemisphere, winds blowing upward towards the equator dash due to the rotation of the earth. The options are turn to the south, turn to the east, turn to the west, or turn to the north. The fourth part is, the direction of seasonal winds blowing over the Indian subcontinent during the winter season is from the southeast to northwest, southwest to towards northeast, northeast to southwest, or from northwest to southeast. The fifth is, the roaring 40s in the southern hemisphere blow towards the equator or blow in the area around 40 s parallel, or blow from the subpolar region of low pressure or to the around 40 degree north parallel. The second question is to identify the type of winds from the description below. Read descriptions. First is these winds from the southwest bring rains to the Indian subcontinent during June to September. India gets rain after this period of winds retreat. Second is these winds blowing from the North Pole region towards 60° north parallel cause cold wave conditions in extensive areas covering North America, Europe, and Russia. Third is hilltops get heated quickly during the day. The air in this part becomes hot, light, and starts ascending. Hence, a low pressure area from this region. At the same time, the air at the foothills being cooler and that area experiences high pressure. Air in that area blows towards the low pressure. Question third is about giving that given below are the values of air pressure in millibars. Using the same, draw diagrams to show a cyclone and an anticyclone. Okay, with the given figures in the both the parts, you have to draw a cyclone and anticyclone. Question 4 is about stating one reason for this point given below. First is a belt of calm exists near the equator. Part second is the wind coming from the northwest in the southern hemisphere have greater velocities than the winds coming from the southwest in the northern hemisphere. The third part is the monsoon winds in the summer come from the sea, but the retreating monsoon winds in winter come from land. Why? Question fifth is about completing the fourth is completing the flow chart which is related to type of winds. So this you will be doing after reading the chapter and understanding it. Question 6 you have to answer in short for the following question. Question 1 is as follows: why is the air pressure high in polar areas in both the hemisphere? What effect does the rotation of the earth have on the winds? Why do the cyclonic winds blow in a circular manner? And the last is state the reasons that led to the formation of cyclones and describe effects of cyclone. Activity for you is that you have to use the internet, obtain information, photos and maps of the recent cyclone that arrived at India's eastern coast. Okay, so write the social and economic effects of the cyclone. So this was all in your exercise and the chapter. Students, go through the chapter, read the concepts and understand them, and then do the exercise. Thank you.